I had no idea that this was already out. Michelle Rodriguez looks different. Didn't realize that was her at first. Do you... I don't think I asked you. Are you a big Fast Saga fan?
I definitely am. I wasn't really into him until I had a person that I was with before you, actually, that got me into the movies. I'm sorry. You're way cooler than that person, though, so you're way more awesome than this person.
Yay.
So I didn't really care for the movies until I was with someone that actually showed me and why they liked the story. I fell in love with the story when I fell in love with you because you loved it so much. There's so much about the story that connects a lot with me, like my family. You know, family is a huge thing with these movies, and I've always loved that part of the storyline. I don't remember what happened in the 8th movie, so you may have to remind me. We need to watch it again before we watch the 9th one. I don't know what to expect at all because I don't really remember what happened in the 8th one.
So I don't either. COVID kind of messed everything up for a lot of moviegoers like myself. I know I enjoyed going to the movies a lot more than you did. To me, that was just something that I did probably most of my childhood as far as like what I wanted to do for fun, especially when I started getting part-time jobs and I was able to pay for my own tickets, and when I got old enough to get into the theater without my mom or a guardian or something like that. So for me, going to the movies was always a big deal. Seeing trailers was always a big deal. I started slowing back from trailers just because I forget. I think I've mentioned this like 3 times. I keep forgetting which movie it was that seeing the trailer was like the whole movie, and it took me out of it, and I was like, okay, I gotta be careful with trailers. Fast 8, I believe, is the one with Charlize Theron. It was The Fate of the Furious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I do remember that one now. It's been a while, so we'll have to. We definitely should rewatch all of them before we do this. But
we also didn't see Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw because it happened like right. I think it came out before COVID, but it was like right around the time where like with the kids and everything, we weren't able to both go to the movies, and I tried not to go to the movies as much without her because I was just like, that's lame. Plus, who wants to go to the movies alone? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I personally, I think I can count on 3 fingers the amount of times I've gone to the theater by myself to see something.
I've only done it once, and I actually told you about it at the time, and you were like, "Oh, I wish you would have told me I would have went with you."
And I don't think we were together.
We weren't together yet, no. And I don't remember what movie I watched. That's how long ago it was.
I don't know if this is the last one or not, but I do know that it's getting close. I think it's just to the point where they might round it off at 10 movies. This one seems to have John Cena in it, so they're apparently getting they're pulling from the wrestler pool a little bit. I know that in the beginning of the movies, like the first couple of them, they were using different rappers and different musicians. They had a couple MMA fighters in the movies. I know Ronda Rousey was like, I think in the 7th one or 6th one. I can't remember which one it was at the time now. But yeah, so we're ready to watch this trailer. You guys wanted the reaction. Here you guys go.
The world has a way of changing, and we change too. There are moments that separate us, but we always come back together.
We heard y'all needed a little love out here.
Y'all ever thought about the wild missions we've been on? We've taken out planes, trains, tanks. I'm not going to even think about the submarine. And now we got cars flying in the air? Who is he?
Jacob is Dom's brother.
Dom's brother?
Long time, Dom. Little brother.
You always say never turn your back on family, but you turned your back on me. Now your little family is in my world.
In a submarine?
Are you ready?
Whatever's on you.
Is you ready?
Jesus. Oof.
Are you ready?
He's got his own private army. We need help.
I like that camera angle. The continuous shot of her falling out the window.
No way.
Han, dude.
y'all want to play this?
Fast.
Han.
Okay, this is a bad time to mention this, but I don't drive.
That's a first. A character that doesn't know how to drive a vehicle.
Brother against brother. This should be interesting. But could you kill him?
Oh.
See you both for me, would you, darling?
Who? Helen Mirren? Was she? Wait, I feel like she was in one of the other ones. Maybe I'm just not remembering.
Crank it all the way up.
We the soldiers. Man, we messing with magnets now? Hope you wake up.
Holy crap!
Came front. Yeah, everything we gave up. Even when we die, we raise up. Yeah!
It's good to be back.
We got no white flag and no treaty. We got the product, we got the tools. We supposed to stop that? Hold on! We going wild, we on the loose. People is blind, we are the truth.
Yes!
I spent my entire life in your shadow. And now, you spend the rest of yours living in mine.
We going wild. We on the loose.
Not today.
Oh!
Really? Duct tape? You acting like we on our way to Home Depot.
Hunter! No, Trent! I don't want to die!
What's that?
Uh,
Oh my god.
Okay, first of all, this has to be, as big a fan as I am, this has to be the last or the second to last movie because there is no bigger. I mean, they're in a makeshift fighter jet car spaceship thing? Like, what?
I wouldn't say that because I'm pretty sure if they saw that, they would say, "Oh, challenge accepted." Just wait till the next one. Like this has always been one of those movies that everybody always makes fun of for it being like ridiculously over the top, testosterone, like yeah, man, like I mean, just ridiculous. And I love it. I love every single bit of it. So I'm super excited to see this. We have got to see this in the theater.
So
Like, we have to.
I can't believe that's like something we have to discuss now, you know, the theater thing. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, a couple things I wanted to touch on that I couldn't help but notice. The trailer did show a lot. I know I just spent the first 2 minutes of this video talking about why I stayed away from trailers and why I'm very careful with trailers. This trailer showed a lot of the movie. I do think that it wasn't as bad as some of the other examples where I was just like turned off by the trailer and I was like, well, I just saw the whole movie, what's the point? I think there's still a lot in there. There were a couple of things that confused me, like how are they going to tie John Cena as not only being Dom's brother, apparently, but having lived in Dom's shadow? So does that mean that he wanted to live a life of crime, or that he wanted to live a life of a racer, or was it like, is he referring to when Dom was before he became a criminal, or afterward, or after he redeemed himself? We didn't see The Rock at all. He wasn't in this trailer at all, or Shaw. So I'm not sure if this takes place during Hobbs and Shaw. I'm sure that there's a bunch of talk out there. I'm sure that, you know, even though this trailer came out a day ago, I'm sure with 24 hours on the internet, there is a lot of debunking that could happen. I'm probably going to do some research. Not too much though, because it has been a minute since I've seen a Fast movie and I'm really excited. I did notice that Charlize Theron is back. Her hair looks awful. I'm sorry. Her hair looked really bad. She kind of looked like Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder. But a couple other things. Han, he's back. You said he was your favorite character.
Yes.
Super excited about that. He's like a sniper now. And the action, with the exception of like Tyrese and Ludacris flying to space in a makeshift car engine thing, a lot of the stunts looked kind of practical. I'm trying to remember if there were some that were super over the top. I mean, Dom falling what appeared to be 20 stories underwater in a submarine. I mean, yeah, at least they're not flying cars like between skyscrapers, because like it's weird that I can suspend disbelief for the flying into space on a makeshift shuttle. I think it's because I like Star Wars and that kind of thing. But when you start flying cars in between skyscrapers,
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
no, you know. And the whole thing with the magnets, like that's pretty dope, you know, like to use magnets in so many different ways. Like they were pulling cars apart, pulling them together. At one point, Han throws a magnet, like Hadoukens the magnet to the guy's chest, and he flies out of the car and detonates or something weird. There's just so much going on with this trailer. I know I'm talking a lot because I'm trying to remember it as you know, to give you guys as much of a reaction as possible. But I think I'm done talking about it. I want to know what you think, because I talked a lot. So go ahead.
Well, there is a lot to unpack from that trailer. There's a lot of stuff that happened in the trailer. It was pretty much just 100,000% just gas on the pedal, just like flying out there. It looks really interesting. I think that's a really cool thing to play with the brother, having the brother be like the central focus and the central like bad guy for the duration of the movie. I think they're definitely probably going to have to do a lot of backstory with the brother and see where that comes in, because he literally has been absent for the past like 9 movies. So they're going to have to do a lot to make up for that. I think they can definitely do it if they do it correctly. I definitely hope that they try to maybe do it with a few flashbacks, but make it visual. Don't try to explain it a lot. I know a lot of movies make that mistake by explaining too much. I hope they show rather than tell us what happened between the characters. So I'm really interested to see that. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. Like you said, I didn't see Hobbs at all, so that's gonna, maybe he'll come in at some point as like a cameo or something like that. Who knows? The rest of the movie, Charlize Theron, to touch on her, honestly, I feel like that woman could be walking out in a wet paper bag. It wouldn't matter. She is so attractive. She's such a beautiful woman in every way. So I have to agree with you on that. Although the haircut was a little distracting. So maybe it's a wig or something. Who knows? I mean, you never know.
You never know. My mom's a huge. She has like a huge crush on her as well. She's like,
oh, I definitely have a huge crush on that woman. Like, she...
Well, that's gonna do it for this trailer reaction. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm excited for this movie, being a huge Fast and Furious fan. I think it's just enough. I think the aesthetic, the characters, bringing back, we didn't mention, we saw Bow Wow there. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot going on here. Let me know what you guys think below. In the description, I'm gonna have all my links to my channel if you want to support that way, my Patreon, my Teespring, all the contributions. I'm actually going to probably split us up and have the names come up between us here. These are all the patrons of the channel. Just dropped something. I don't know what happened. These are all the patrons of the channel, and they are directly responsible for all of the upgrades to the equipment. We're using a microphone now that connects perfectly to my phone. That's super seamless, and it's because of their contribution that we're able to make it happen. The podcast studio is just about finished. I'm working really hard on getting that launched for you guys. That's going to be a separate series, even though it's still going to be on YouTube. I'm also going to be releasing it to different platforms, I think like Spotify and stuff like that. But more of that in the near future. But contributions from these patrons are what allow that to happen. I'm really excited for the future of our channel, because you're pretty much a part of it now.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so if you guys haven't already, consider subscribing, giving me a thumbs up. It'll help me out a ton. If you want to contribute monetarily, Patreon, the link's down below. Teespring, get yourself some merch. I'm not wearing any now, but I have quite a few t-shirts there, and I'm working on more in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take it easy.